Hello again, everybody, and welcome to tonight's broadcast of IHSAA Sectional 8 Softball on Hamilton County Television, presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners. Also like to remind you, you're watching the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We'd like to salute our other great sponsors here on Hamilton County Television, that being Noblesville Trophies, the Wofford Theater Outdoor Movie Events, Community Health, Church, Hiddle and Antrim, Smith's Jewelers, Indiana Restoration, and the Hamilton County Television Calendars. My name is Brad Silbert. Sitting to my left is Perry Williams. Perry, we're about halfway there in this tournament now. We got 3 games in the book, and we got 2 more to go after this. We got this game tonight, which is going to feature the North Central Panthers and the Carmel Greyhounds. And then Thursday night at 6, we will be right back here at Westfield for the championship game. We know one of those teams is going to be the Noblesville Millers, and we'll find out here probably in about anywhere from an hour and a half or so to whether the Millers will be playing the Panthers or the Greyhounds. First game this afternoon went to the Noblesville Millers, and it was an exciting one. Absolutely, and it went right down to the wire. Both teams played great defense in the infield. I think Fisher's infield made 19 plays, and the Noblesville Millers made 17 plays by the infielders. So it was a great, well-played game. Emily Midet hit 2 home runs, which was huge, and May hit a home run, which made it huge, and tied it up 3-3 in the 6th inning. And then in the 7th inning, basically Noblesville manufactured a run and got it across, and then Maddie Taylor came out and 1-2-3. So 2 of the 3 games that we have had so far in this tournament have been 1-run games, and they've been very, very exciting games. What do you look forward to between the Panthers and the Greyhounds, Perry? Well, if you look at the stats, they match up pretty good. They're both coming out of the MIC. North Central 12-14, the Greyhounds 11-16. The Panthers hit just a little bit better than Carmel does. The Panthers are hitting 342 as a team average, where the Greyhounds are 284. But it could be an interesting game here, Brad. Well, both of these teams come in under 500, which for Carmel is a bit unusual. I don't have a whole lot of history on the Panthers as far as their softball program, but for the Greyhounds to come in at 11-16, that's for them, that's definitely got to be considered an off year. Absolutely, and of course they have a new coach this year at Carmel, and Ginger Britton. So this is her first year. And if you look down through this roster, Brad, there's only 2 seniors on that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 freshmen, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sophomores. So this is a very young ball club, the Carmel Greyhounds, and North Central is a little bit more of a veteran team, as they got it looks like 7 seniors on this team. So they've also got a ball player in number 10, Curlin, who is quite the ball player. Yeah, she's a hitting machine. 544, and Chantel Shaw is also batting very well at 430. So it's I don't think we're going to have a slugfest, but I think we're going to have something very similar to the game we had earlier today. I think so, too. So let's turn it over to Aaron McClure, the public address announcer here at Westfield, for the introduction of the players.
Westfield High School.
They're hosting the Shamrock. I mean, they were such a high seed. They're hosting the Super Regional this weekend. They play Alabama 2 out of 3 to see who goes to the series.
I think they'll beat Alabama.
Well, we beat them last 4 times in a row. But that don't mean nothing.
No, you can't tell when they play.
Let's afford the student athletes, coaches,
officials, and your fellow fans the respect they deserve. Your cooperation is appreciated. Please enjoy the game. Tonight's game is between the visiting Greyhounds of Carmel and the home team of Panthers of North Central. Now the starting lineup for the visiting Greyhounds. Coming off from the bench, number 1, Autumn Jackson. Number 6, Kate Hardin. Number 7, Lauren Ryder. Number 18, Olivia Root. Number 25, Caroline Root. Number 33, Haley Robinson. Leading off and playing third base, number 22, Stormy Kotzelnick. Batting second and catching, number 3, Sydney Fox. Batting third and playing shortstop, number 14, Sarah Goddard. Batting fourth and playing center field, number 23, Darby Roberts. Batting fifth and playing first base, number 36, Sophia Deratois. Batting sixth, number 11, Maddie Ciro. Hitting for number 8, playing right field, Ella Greenawald. Batting seventh and pitching, number 13, Summer Edwards. Batting eighth and playing left field, number 2, Ariana Zobalak. Batting ninth and playing second base, number 24, Megan Nichols. And their Greyhounds are led by head coach, Ginger Britton. Now introducing the starting lineup for the Panthers of North Central. Coming off of the bench, number 1, Colette Acamini. Number 2, Avery Delahanty. Number 3, Alexis Robinson. Number 9, Marissa Lynn. Number 12, Lauren Wood. Number 14, Diane Thomas. Number 21, Megan Mayer. And number 23, Rivka Boones. Playing center field, leading off, number 10, Allison Curlin. Batting second and playing right field, number 13, Ruthie Snyder. Batting third and playing first base, number 15, Chantel Shaw. Batting fourth and playing left field, number 11, Morgan Page. Batting fifth and playing shortstop, number 4, Carly Page. Batting sixth and playing third base, number 7, Willow Montague. Batting seventh and playing second base, number 22, Catherine Newman. Batting eighth, number 8, Maggie McGuire. Who's hitting for number 6, the pitcher, Molly Powers. And batting ninth and catching, number 5, Grace Grass. The Panthers are led by head coach, Rick Owens.
So there you have the bench and the lineups for the Greyhounds and the Panthers. Molly Powers, who will be in the circle for the Panthers, she's 8-8 on the season, pitched 112 1/3 innings, got an ERA of 5.42, has allowed 106 runs, of which 87 of those runs were earned. For the Greyhounds, it'll be Summer Edwards in the circle. She's got a 4.01 ERA, pitched 89 innings. She's got a record of 6-7, allowed 67 runs, 51 earned. So you got to give a little bit of the pitching edge to the Greyhounds on that one, Perry.
Absolutely, and once again we got a sophomore and a junior on the mound here for this game. Last game was both of them were freshmen, so still quite a bit of youth out here in this ball game. And like I said, the Carmel Greyhounds are very, very young.
We're just about ready to get underway here. The Greyhounds will be the visitors tonight. Panthers will be the home team. First pitch is going to come here just about 7:40 p.m.
You know, Brad, the one thing I noticed over here, North Central has brought a great crowd, and they were very boisterous in the warm-up. So,
yep, they certainly were.
think this is probably the first time the Panthers have feel like they got a contender here.
Perry, before we go any farther, let's tell the fans about if we do run into any technical difficulties, how to get back on the air with us tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we've had difficulty over here at Westfield on the softball field because we're kind of down in a little bit of a valley, so we can't. Our reception on the wireless internet is not as good as we would like it to be. So, if it does go off on social media, if you're watching on that, switch over to hctv1.com or check out IHSAA
TV.org.
TV.org.
That'll do it.
And you can also watch it on YouTube on our channel. So there are places to do it, but we're going to do the best we can.
We just want to make sure that if something does go awry, that you have the opportunity to get back in and see this game. 3-0 count now on the third baseman, Stormy Kotsolnik, leading off for the Greyhounds. She comes in batting .412, very respectable batting average. Takes that pitch for a strike, makes it 3-1.
And she's basically leading in almost every category for the Greyhounds, so she is definitely an important part of this Greyhound lineup.
Swing and a miss, strike two.
She leads in batting averages, on base percentage, and slugging. So
that one's inside. So the Greyhounds start out with a base runner on a walk. Molly Powers, for your information, she pitched a no-hitter earlier this year, just actually within the last week or two against Ben Davis, a 2-1 win. She gave up one walk and hit one batter and struck out 9 in that game against the Ben Davis Giants, but did pick up the victory. Even though there was a run, it was an unearned run. Stolen base attempt, and Kotsolnik is in there with a stolen base. So the Greyhounds coming out looking to get on the board early here.
she has 10 stolen bases on this season there. That's her number 11 stolen base.
Catcher Sydney Fox is the batter. That one goes foul. Not quite high enough for any of the North Central players to get there and make a play on it. Willow Montague tried to get over there, but it just wasn't quite high enough for her to get over there and make a play on it. 0-2 on Sydney Fox. Ground ball back to the first baseman. Unassisted out for Chantel Shaw. First out of the game, but on the play, Stormy Kotsolnik, she advances to third base in scoring position with one out. That'll bring up the shortstop, Sarah Goddard. Goddard is batting .398. First pitch to Goddard is fly ball to left field. This could, it's a little bit short. That's dropped.
They ran into
both
each
players,
other.
the center fielder and the left fielder, Turner and Curlin, ran into each other. It looked like Turner was going to make the play on that. So I don't know if we're going to call that a hit or we're going to call that an error. That's going to be an error, and we'll probably have to charge it to the left fielder, Curlin. And on the play, Goddard ends up on second, so it's a two-base error. And in the meantime, the Greyhounds pick up the first run of the game. One out, one on. Another runner in scoring position. Center fielder Darby Roberts steps up to the plate.
She's batting .310 on this season, Brad.
That one's a little bit low. Catcher Grace Glass trying to keep track of the runner there in second base, trying to make sure that she does not get any farther. That's a foul ball. Bounced off the helmet of Glass. Evens it count at 1-1. 1 run in here in the top of the first. That run came without a hit, courtesy of a walk and a stolen base and an error. Darby Roberts swings through that one for the second out. That'll bring up the first baseman, number 36, Sophia Deertoy.
Now she's batting 167 on the season. She's a freshman.
We have seen a lot of young talent. There's a passed ball on the catcher Glass. That's going to put Goddard on third base. 1 base away from making it a 2-0 game. 1 ball, no strikes on the first baseman. That one caught the outside corner of the plate, evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just been a gorgeous day out here all afternoon. We couldn't ask for better weather. There's a foul ball back toward the Carmel side of the field. Nice crowd out here for this game. As you said, the Panthers have brought a lot of fans with them here tonight. A ball and 2 strikes. That one bounces in. Good stop there by Grace Glass. That one gets by her, and there's probably another run. High pop-up on the infield. Second baseman, Catherine Newman, makes the play. And the Greyhounds are retired, not after they get 1 run, no hits, 1 error, 1 left on the bases. Middle of the first, the Greyhounds 1, Panthers coming to bat. You are watching the IHSAA Champions Network presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
Celebrating over 25 years, Logan Street Signs and Banners specialize in that last-minute signage of banners, serving Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at 317-773-7200 or check them out on their website, loganstreetsigns.com. You know every word in your school's fight song, but you can't remember your agent's last name? Let us know what you have and what you need. Find a local agent at infarmbureau.com. Your Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
We're moving down to the bottom of the first inning. First at bat for the North Central Panthers. They come into this game with a team batting average of .342, an on-base percentage of .400, slugging percentage of .480. So they're definitely putting some metal on that ball, Perry.
Absolutely, but kind of seen in that first inning there, a pass ball and on a bad throw, which did not hurt them, just advanced the runners, and then your left fielder and center fielder running into each other, and the ball being dropped and the error being committed. So,
well, you're about to see one of the best batters in the state of Indiana come up to lead off for the Panthers. This is Allison Curlin. She is a center fielder, and she is batting .544 on the season. Look at that crouch, kind of the old Pete Rose style crouch. She was going to take a slap at that, but it bounced in the first pitch from Summer Edwards. As I said earlier, Edwards is 6-7 on the season, a 4.01 ERA. That one's a little bit, well, no, it went over the lower outside corner of the plate. Evens up the count at 1-1. I thought that was a little low from my vantage point. Curlin slaps at it, misses. Strike two. I like those batting helmets the Panthers have got. Those are kind of neat with the stripes and the circles on them. Curlin fouls that one off toward the Panther dugout. Stormy Kotsolnik tried to get over there for the Greyhounds, but it wasn't hit high enough for her to have a play. Count remains 1-2 on Curlin. Misses that one. The ball bounced in, had to go down to first to get the out, but officially Curlin gets a strikeout for the first out. Second batter for the Panthers will be the right fielder. I've got her name as Candace Snyder on my list here. I think they said Ruthie, didn't they?
Candace, I have on my list.
Yeah. Well, we'll just we'll call her Snyder. She's batting .275, a senior. One of the records has her as R. Snyder. Another one has her as Candace Snyder. So I'm not sure which one is correct, to be honest with you.
The other thing here on the main program, it shows she's a junior.
Mm-hmm. Well, we know she's number 13, and she's the right fielder, and she's batting .275, so we know that.
And her last name's Snyder.
Yeah. Pop up into right field, whether that's going to stay fair or foul. It ends up foul, but Ella Greenwald is there to make the play for the Panther, or for the Greyhounds, and the Panthers have got 2 outs already.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 15, Chantel Shaw.
Chantel Shaw, one of the better batters, and the Mick also coming in at .430. Senior first baseman. This team does have a lot of seniors on it in comparison to what we've seen earlier. 2 outs and nobody on.
Actually, I don't know for a fact, but they probably got more seniors on their team here than the rest of the other 5 combined. It's very
probably
close.
Yeah, a lot of seniors on this Panther team. There's a pop-up catcher is after it. It is out. Sydney Fox turned around, made the play. So after one full inning, it's the Carmel Greyhounds 1 and the North Central Panthers 0. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We'll be back after these messages. Welcome back to Westfield. Second inning action here between the Panthers and the Greyhounds.
Searless batting .265 for the Greyhounds coming into this game. So first at bat.
Batting in the number 6 position, the designated player. Tried to slap it and went over the fence. She's down in the hole at 0-2.
Yeah, she's a sophomore, Brad.
Played in 26 games this season. That one misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That was close.
The one thing you'll notice is there's a lot of Greyhounds that have not played in every game here. I mean,
yeah. Slow roller down the first base side, picked up by Chantel Shaw. And Searless is retired.
That's her second unassisted out here.
Yeah.
Number 13, Summer Edwards.
Pitcher Summer Edwards steps in.
Edwards, a 174 hitter. She's played in 22 games. I'm sure because of her pitching duties, she sometimes does not bat.
Mm-hmm. Ground ball just beyond the outstretched hands of Catherine Newman for a base hit for the Greyhounds. So the Hounds pick up their first hit of the game. Got both of their runs courtesy an error and a walk in the first inning. Ariana Zobliak comes in. That one is popped straight up. Can she double her off? No. Good play there by Willow Montague to get the batter, Ariana Zobliak. And fortunately for the Greyhounds, Summer Edwards wasn't leaning too far to her right, and she managed to get back to first in time. Number 9 batter, Megan Nichols steps in. 2 outs, 1 on.
She's batting .328 for the season.
Big swing and a miss.
She's a freshman.
The 0-1 pitch, that's driven into center field, but it looks like the center fielder, Curlin, is going to have it lined up, and she does, and she makes the out. So in the top of the second for the Greyhounds, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on the bases. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provides you with that same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out on noblesvilletrophies.com. Don't just hope you're covered in the event of an accident. Find agents in every Indiana county at infarmbureau.com. Indiana's Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Well, we don't have to knock on wood looking for good weather tonight. This has just been
a gorgeous
one of the the nicest days that we've had so far here in the month of May. You couldn't ask for nicer conditions here at Westfield. About just before 8 o'clock here in the evening on Tuesday night. The current temperature is 78 degrees. Still got a wind coming out of the north-northwest at about 10 to 15 miles an hour, but the humidity is low. So as we saw in the first game, the ball can easily sail out of this stadium. Left fielder Morgan Turner steps in to lead off the bottom of the second for the Panthers.
And she bats .370 on the season. She's a senior.
Summer Edwards ready to take to the rubber in the circle. First pitch, a little bit low and outside for ball 1. Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate you being here. However you're joining us, whether it be through website or through one of our social medias, thank you for joining us, either through the IHSAA TV org or through HCTV1, HamiltonCountyTelevision.com. A lot of ways to watch this game tonight. 2 balls, 1 strike on Morgan Turner. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. Edwards so far has had pretty good control. Ground ball to the shortstop. Goddard knocks it down, gets to first, managed to get it over there to Deertroy very rapidly, and makes the play. Nice play there on both ends of that, from the shortstop side and the first base side. Shortstop Carly Page steps in. We're in the top of the first. 1 out, nobody on. Greyhounds leading the Panthers 1-0.
Page batting .325 on the season.
One of these teams will be back here Thursday night at 6, as we will be, for the championship game of Sectional 8. Line drive, nicely played by Megan Nichols for the second out of the inning. Did you see that leap? She just timed that just right.
Absolutely.
And had that thing perfectly lined up.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 7, Willow Montague.
Third baseman Willow Montague steps in.
She's batting .240 for the season.
Takes the first pitch, that a little bit low. 1 ball, no strikes. There's a drive into center field. Darby Roberts is over there, makes the play on the run. So for the Panthers in the second, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on the bases. At the end of 2, Greyhounds 1, Panthers nothing. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We'll be back after this.
Superheroes come in all shapes and sizes. They don't always meet in an underground fortress. Sometimes they meet in places that appear to be very ordinary to most people. But inside, there are heroes in training. Some are smart, strong, or brave. Maybe they can build cities or heal people when they get hurt. But even superheroes need some help sometimes. With your support, we can change the world. Together, we are a force that can't be defeated. Support the club. Save the world. Support your local superheroes and donate now to the Boys and Girls Club of Noblesville at bgcni.org.
Welcome back to IHSAA Sectional 8 softball from Westfield, Indiana. It's the Indianapolis North Central Panthers against the Carmel Greyhounds. Greyhounds up by 1 here, moving into the top of the third. Top of the order back up for the Greyhounds. Stormy Kosolnik sends that one high into the air.
She just lost it.
She lost it in the sun.
And she's going to third.
She's got a triple. Ruthie Snyder in right field. She had that ball, but you look at her now and you can see that she's shading her eyes. She just plain and simple lost that one in the sun. So Kosolnik leads off with a triple for the Greyhounds. Greyhounds with a runner in scoring position.
And no outs.
Correct, no outs, 1 on. Sydney Fox steps in. Bounced back to the first baseman Shaw in the first inning. Kosolnik did score the only run of the game so far. She walked, stolen base, advanced to third, and then scored on a fielding error in the first inning. That's the only run so far in the game. Greyhounds with 2 hits, 1 run now. No runs, no hits so far for the Panthers. 1-0 on Fox. Another ball hit to right field. No. This time, the right fielder makes the play. Will there be a play at the plate? No. Wasn't even close. So Fox gets the sacrifice fly, gets the out, but does get an RBI as Kotsolnik scores on the play. And that'll bring Sarah Goddard back to the plate. She reached on an error when the left fielder Turner and the center fielder Curlin, it looked like Turner was going to make the play, and she and Turner crashed out there in left center field, and the ball dropped, and Goddard reached third base on that 3-base error. Just out of the reach of Chantel Shaw there on the right side.
Just like we talked in the first game, this is a pretty big field. There's quite a bit of space between the field and the fence. So
a lot of room out there. Those Panther uniforms, when that sun hits them, they really glow a bright red, don't they?
Yeah.
That one's a called strike, 0-2 on Goddard. Greyhound shortstop. There's a drive into left field. That one was right at Morgan Turner. She dropped that ball. And Sarah Goddard ends up on second base, and that will be a 2-base error, the second error of the game on the left fielder, Morgan Turner. And Sarah Goddard has been the recipient of both of those errors. One ended up on third base. The other case, she ended up on second base. 1 out. Greyhounds have got another runner in scoring position for Darby Roberts, who struck out swinging in the first. Strike 1 to Roberts. Well, if it wasn't for 2 errors and a walk, this would be a 0-0 game.
You're right.
There's a pop-up that's going behind first base. Shaw goes over there. She makes the play. Here's a throw to third. And Sarah Goddard gets over there to third after the play. Two outs here in the third.
You know, Brad, and you know, the one hit by Stormy that we gave her a triple on, I mean, that was a catchable ball, and she just never saw it, really. Nice.
Wow, what a nice play by Shaw there to retire the sides. Shaw has made the last 2 plays here in the top of the third to retire the Greyhounds. So in the top of the third for the Greyhounds, there was 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on the bases. Middle of the third, Greyhounds 2, the Panthers nothing. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
Walford Theater, movies on the go. Free movies at Witten Park and Fishers, presented by Saxony. Next movie is June the 2nd. Just had one last week, May 19th, but the next one is June the 2nd, Despicable Me 3. Free movie events at Forest Park in Noblesville, June the 1st through the June the 29th. The first week is My Dog Skip. Complete line of events, movie events, is check out WalfordTheater.com.
I heard they have the meeting of the Will Wofford fan club out there during the movie. I think last time Katie was the only one that showed up for the fan club, wasn't she? Yeah, she wasn't even there. Poor Will, we pick on him all the time. We shouldn't pick on him. Panthers coming up in the bottom of the third. The bottom 3 in the lineup coming up. 7, 8, 9 batters. Catherine Newman, Maggie McGuire, and Grace Glass come up. Greyhounds ahead by 2 here in the third inning. There's a bunt right in front of first base. Covering is the second baseman, Nichols. Nice play there from Summer Edwards to Megan Nichols covering at first base.
Now batting for North Central, number 8, Maggie McGuire.
I kind of think that the Panthers are just trying to get something going here, Perry, trying to just figure out how to get a hit, get somebody on base, and try to chip away at this 2-0 deficit. Maggie McGuire, she squared to bunt. Did not, took the pitch for ball 1. Tomorrow night we'll be at Dunker Field.
That's right.
Beginning of baseball sectionals.
First round of baseball sectionals.
Yeah, got some
2 games.
2 games tomorrow night. Swing and a miss. I believe tomorrow night we have both Westfield and Noblesville tomorrow night.
That's
and
the
Hamilton
second game.
Southeastern and Carmel in the first game. That's a 5:30 start if you're coming out for the game, or watch it here on Hamilton County Television or on IHSATV.org. We'll be back at all the regular outlets for that game. McGuire falls behind in the count, 1-2. She's the designated tonight for the Panthers.
And thanks to the administration and technical group of Noblesville Schools for putting the hard wire out there at the dunk. So that's going to be a big benefit for us in our broadcasting.
Yeah, there's times when people just don't understand what all it takes to get one of these broadcasts on the air, and trying to use various hotspots and various internet providers at times just doesn't work quite as well as a good old hardwire
now
way.
We're trying bonding and all types of things here in the wireless world to be able to broadcast.
2 outs, nobody on. The number 9 batter, the catcher, Grace Glass.
But there's nothing better than a good old hard wire run to the computer.
Yep.
Now, there may be someday, but right now there's not.
Mm-hmm. Glass is a .262 hitter. She's in the hole at 0-2. So far, Summer Edwards has had excellent control. She's taken down 8 in a row. See if she can make it 9 here. The 0-2 pitch. A little bit outside. That was pretty close there, Perry. That's one of those that is a batter. You got a decision to make. Do I try to take this and hope I'm going to get a ball, or do I need to swing it and protect myself? The 1-2 pitch, foul ball down the left field side. Nice crowd out here tonight. A lot of people sitting out in the left and right field areas, just outside the foul lines there. Got their lawn chairs there.
Down the right field line are the Noblesville coaches and some of the parents.
They're keeping an eye on what's going on in this game. Trying to get set for the championship game, which will be at 6 o'clock Thursday night. We'll be on the air approximately 5:50 on all the regular outlets on Hamilton County Television, HCTV1, IHSAATV.org, and all the social media that comes along with that.
Periscope, Twitter.
The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Panthers have been 9 up and 9 down here through 3. Greyhounds are leading 2-0. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We'll be back after these messages.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting.
You know every word in your school's fight song, but you can't remember your agent's last name? Let us know what you have and want to need. Find a local agent at infarmbureau.com. The Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Perry, I've got to confess, if I had to tell you the words to my high school fight song, I'd be in big trouble. College is a different thing. You know, we fight for the glory of good old IU, you know. I know you're a Purdue man, but I know all those words. But remember in that high school song, of course, that's been a few years ago, too. I'm Brad Silbert along with Perry Williams here from Westfield.
Yeah, they didn't even have.
Our producer Jim Wofford offering his
2 cents
commentary. Whether I went to a one-room school. No, I went to a school called George Washington Elementary School. They had 2 stories. I went to a high school called Maine Township High School South. Now tell me who else went to Maine Township High School South. There's 2 very well-known people that went to that school. One before me and one after me.
I thought it was you.
No, I was not well-known in high school at all. Greyhounds step in with the 6, 7, and 8 batters here in the top of the 4th inning. Maddie Searles, a .265 batter, took the first pitch for a strike 1. Right back to the third baseman, Willow Montague. She had her just perfectly played there. She went out there to slap at that ball, and Montague was running in there and made the play for the first out.
Number 13, Summer Edwards.
We have seen the infields in these games really earn their keep so far tonight, haven't they, Perry?
Yeah, there's been some good defense played in the infield here.
Summer Edwards had the only, or rather one of the 2 Greyhound hits of the night in the 2nd inning. Both of the Greyhound runs have been scored by Stormy Kosolnik. Swing and a miss, evens a count at 1-1. I'll give you a hint on one of them. Football player. Went to your alma mater.
Leroy Keys.
No.
Perry Williams.
How did you know? No.
You know, they had a fullback named Perry Williams at Purdue. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm. Well, he would have been part of the, class of 1969.
Fair ball.
That one's going to go in there, and that is going to – it was touched before it went out of play. So Edwards is going to reach. I would assume that that's going to be a hit. That was a very, very difficult play to make. So the Greyhounds have another hit. They collect their 3rd hit. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 more hints. He played professional football in 2 towns. One's got a big arch, and one's got a big dome.
St. Louis.
And I don't mean the Golden Dome of Notre Dame.
Oh.
Professional. I got you stumped?
Yeah.
Foul ball over on the left side for strike 2. Last hint. His uncle was Secretary of Agriculture.
That doesn't help me at all.
You went to Purdue and you don't even know a Secretary of
I didn't go to
Agriculture?
Purdue. Abraham Lincoln. Good guess, Jim.
Jim thinks it's Abe Lincoln. Another slap foul ball, still 0-2.
Well, you going to tell us or what?
Dave Butts. Remember that name?
Yes.
Lineman for both the St. Louis Cardinals and for the Washington Redskins. I was a junior when he was a freshman, and I was probably not quite full grown at that point, but he was, he had to be. Another one to Montague. She makes the play. Does she hold on to the ball? They do give her the out. Nice play there by Willow Montague. Second time that she's made an out in the inning already. That'll be Megan Nichols up. Yeah, Dave.
I'm still very confused about your the one hit with the Arch of St. Louis, but the Dome.
The Capitol Dome.
Oh, man. I mean, I thought when you mentioned the Redskins.
Yeah, Butts was.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I didn't want to make it too easy
for
for you.
Weak clue.
Okay. Well, should I say the City of Monuments? Would that have been better?
Yeah, I guess. I wouldn't have probably got it in.
What would you have thought if I would have said the Swamp?
That's Florida.
Well, it depends who you're talking to.
If you watch SEC football, you know where the Swamp is.
There's a ball that goes off the pitcher's hand. And the Greyhounds are going to have runners at first and third with 2 outs. Megan Nichols almost was caught on a line drive there by Molly Powers about a half a second later, and she would have had that. Second hit of the inning for the Greyhounds. That brings up the leadoff batter, Stormy Katsolnik.
Which has scored twice.
Yeah, she scored twice. She's got a walk and a triple. Runners on the corner. Katsolnik pops this one up. Montague is over under it and makes the play for the out.
Montague made all the outs.
Yes, she did. So in the middle of the 4th inning for the Greyhounds, they had no runs, 2 hits, no errors, left 2 on the bases. Middle of the 4th, the score, the Carmel Greyhounds 2, the North Central Panthers nothing.
Community Health Network. Community is Central Indiana's leader in providing health care services where and when patients need them. With any questions, you can contact Community Health at 317-355-7775 or check them out on their website, ecommunity.com. Don't just hope you're covered in the event of an accident. Find agents in every Indiana county at infarmbureau.com. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Perry, we've been really, really lucky this afternoon to see a couple great softball games here. This game is far from over. The Panthers looked like they were going to threaten there in the last inning, but they just couldn't do anything so far. They've been held scoreless, 3 up, 3 down through the entire lineup. But the Greyhounds, I got that backwards. The Greyhounds looked like they might put another run or 2 across there in the 4th, but the Panthers did hold them, and we're moving it to the bottom of the 4th for the Panthers, and they'll bring the top of the order back up. So they've been through the order once now. So they've seen Summer Edwards. They know what the strike zone is going to be for the umpire. So let's just see what they can do. And Allison Curlin steps in. Again, a .544 hitter. 2-0 in favor of the Hounds. That one is high and outside. The 1-0 pitch, bunt right back to Summer Edwards for the out.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 13, Ruthie Snyder.
Ruthie Snyder steps in. She flew out to the left fielder, Ella Greenwald, her last time up. Sun's still a little bit of a problem out there in right field now. A few more minutes and it should be beyond the trees there, but that sun is bright in the face of Ella Greenwald out there now. But it's not as high as it was, so maybe it won't be quite as difficult to track the fly balls.
I think it's a lot better now than it was.
Oh yeah, before it was just absolutely a killer. It was very, very bright. Foul ball back off to the right, evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, I can remember the first couple times I saw Dave Butts there in high school. I thought, my, oh my, this is one big man. And football player from the word go, and what a competitor. I think he played well over 10 years in the NFL. Shortstop picks it up over to first. Nice move there by Sarah Goddard to get that ball and keep that from going into center field. And Ruthie Snyder is retired on what the Greyhounds are starting to make look like routine plays, Perry. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Hound Dogs ahead of the Panthers, 2-0. Swing and a miss. Chantel Shaw, the first baseman. Popped out to the catcher her first time up in foul territory. That one's a little bit low, evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. We thought we were going to have today, we were talking before the games, we thought we were going to have 2 very good competitive games, and they both lived up to what we thought. That one hits the plate. Count goes to 1-2 on Shaw. Edwards trying to retire her 12th batter in a row. Looks like she should get it. Over from the shortstop, over to first, and we are out of the bottom of the 4th. So in the bottom of the 4th for the Panthers, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on the bases at the end of 4, 2-0 in favor of the Greyhounds. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We'll be back after this.
Can I help you?
Yeah. I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
You're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore?
Exactly.
So what are you saying?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street and Noble.
You know every word on your school's fight song, but you can't remember your agent's last name? Let us know what you have and want and need. Find a local agent at infarmbureau.com. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Coming up for the Greyhounds here in the top of the 5th will be the catcher Sydney Fox, the shortstop Sarah Goddard, and the center fielder Darby Roberts. And for the Greyhounds, it's been a great defensive game today so far, Perry.
Absolutely. We needed Will to do a little, him and Lucas do a little YMCA.
I was asking if we were going to have the kiss cam today. Lucas didn't comment on that one. Top of the 5th for the Greyhounds. Catcher Sydney Fox steps in. Laid down a nice sacrifice bunt her last time up. Also bounced out to the first baseman Chantel Shaw. First pitch is way outside, ball 1. Greyhounds with 2 runs and 4 hits. Panthers with no runs, no hits so far through 4. Doesn't that breeze feel good tonight?
Oh, absolutely.
That makes it 2-0 on Fox. In addition to the 2 runs they've scored, the Greyhounds have also left 4 batters on base. They've left 1 batter on base each inning so far. 2-0 pitch. That's a foul ball right over the outstretched hands of Willow Montague. If she'd have been able to make a play on that, she'd have had an easy out, but it was hit so hard it just went
it was a shot.
just a little bit to her right. Or rather to her left, I'm sorry. 2 balls and a strike on Sydney Fox. That one's a little bit outside, runs the count to 3-1. Wherever you're watching tonight, we appreciate you joining us here on Hamilton County Television and the IHSAA Television Network. That one's a little bit low, and Fox leads off the 5th with a walk.
Now batting for Carmel, number 14, Sarah Goddard.
Well, each time that the Greyhounds have put the leadoff runner on, that leadoff runner has scored. First and third innings, Stormy Kotsolnik was the leadoff batter and scored in both of those innings. Sarah Goddard steps in. That one's a strike over the heart of the plate, about knee high. Good active group of fans out here tonight supporting their Greyhounds and Panthers. There's a pop-up over on the right side. I don't think anybody's going to get to it, right over there by the tarp. You know, one of the things you always see in high school baseball and softball is you see the effort of the players. They just don't give up. I think, you know, nobody thought there was a prayer catching that ball, but they went after it full steam. There's a pop-up into left field. Turner has got that. She makes the play. Retires Sarah Goddard. First out of the top of the 5th. Darby Roberts comes in. Strikeout and popped out to first baseman Chantel Shaw. 1 out and 1 on. Top of the 5th. Little bunt there that ended up going foul.
That wind's blowing pretty good out there, Brad.
Yeah. Looks like it's coming almost straight out of the north now, or at least the north-northwest. I'd say we got at least 15 miles an hour the way that flag looks. 15 to 20 miles an hour. The 0-1 pitch to Roberts is in there for a called strike. Grace throws down to first, but Fox is back in plenty of time. In fact, the ball went off the mitt of Chantel Shaw, but second baseman Catherine Newman was there to make sure it didn't get away and that Fox could not advance. The 0-2 pitch, that one might be caught. No, Chantel Shaw just about 5 feet short on that one.
Yeah, she didn't have a good angle.
But once again, making a great effort to try to get over there and get to that ball. Count remains 0-2 on Darby Roberts, the center fielder. There's a ground ball to short. Will that be 2? There's 1, not in time. The Panthers get the force at second, 6-4 for the second out. Roberts officially reaches on a fielder's choice. Sophia Dertoy comes up. Popped out to second, popped out to first so far. 2 outs, 1 on. Top of the 5th. High inside strike, strike 1. That one misses on the outside corner, evens the count up at 1-1. Two outs and 1 on. Top of the 5th, 2-0 in favor of the Greyhounds. There's a fly ball to left field. Turner's got that one lined up, but it ends up being Allison Curlin who ends up taking that ball for the 3rd out. So in the top of the 5th for the Greyhounds, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on the bases. We are in the middle of the 5th inning with the Hounds leading the Panthers 2-0. And you're watching the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
From personal injury claims to complex business litigation to divorce cases, Church, Hitler, and Anthem protect the rights of individuals, businesses, schools, and government bodies all around Indiana, including Noblesville, Fishers, Maryville, and Tipton. You can contact their Noblesville office at 317-773-5320.
Beautiful night for softball here in Westfield. Speaking of Westfield, I'd like to thank Bill Davis, Andy Tebby, and the entire staff here at Westfield High School for their hospitality. Great group of people here. It's always a pleasure to come to Westfield, regardless of whether it's football, basketball, baseball, softball. We always feel welcome here, and they
treat us right.
Treat us very, very nicely. So we do enjoy coming here to Westfield. We also, I don't know what Bill Davis did yesterday to keep the rain away, but whatever he did, I want to be his agent and sell it because, man, he pulled off miracles yesterday. I was very surprised that we got any softball in last night the way the radar was looking all day. Left fielder Morgan Turner steps in. Here in the bottom of the 5th. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. Panthers without a base runner or a hit so far through 4 innings. We're into the bottom of the 5th. That one's a little bit inside. 2 balls and no strikes. There's a foul back, makes it 2-1. You know, we were talking a little earlier about Summer Edwards. The one thing for her is she's got a 6-7 record, a 4.01 ERA, but she's only given up 67 runs all season, of which only 51 were earned. So she's doing quite well. Plus, on top of that, she's had some excellent support from her fielders tonight, Perry.
Absolutely. They've done a great job here.
2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Panthers looking to try to get a hit and get on the board here against the Greyhounds. There's a pop-up. Left fielder, or rather the shortstop, Goddard, goes out and makes that for the first out. Zobliak was running in on that, and then all of a sudden Sarah Goddard looked like she had a better play on it, so she made the play. Carly Page, the shortstop, squaring to bunt. Let's see what she's going to do here.
Ooh.
High for ball 1. One and 0. That one came right back at us. If there hadn't been a fence and a glass there, we'd have had we'd have had a nice catch there. We'd have had to get the old Harry Carey net out there, Perry.
1-1.
One's across the top of the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. That one catches the outside corner of the plate, makes it a 1-2 count on Page. Slaps at that one, ends up going foul right over our head. I think she's trying to get us, Perry.
Looks like it. Swing and a miss.
Second out of the fifth inning for the Panthers. Willow Montague steps in.
Number 7, Willow Montague.
Fourth strikeout of the night for Edwards. So faced 14 batters, only struck out 4. So the fielders have made the other 10 outs. 2 outs, nobody on. A swing and a miss by Willow Montague. Flew out to center field and hurled the at bat in the second inning. That one hits the outside corner.
0-2.
Edwards has really taken control of this game, Perry.
Absolutely.
She's done a great job.
She's retired 14 straight batters.
One more pitch and she could have 15 down. That one's going to go foul. Got an off-speed pitch and just got a little bit out in front of it.
So the championship game Thursday night at 6 p.m.
Yep.
But we'll be at the Dunk tomorrow for baseball sectional action.
Back here Thursday, then back
We
to
get
the
Friday.
Dunk. We get Friday, Saturday, and Sunday
Sunday
off. But then back to the Dunk on Monday for 3 games.
That's going to be a tough one, though.
Well, at least we get a few hours off between the second and third one. So
You'll have to rest that golden voice.
we'll need a lot of guest announcers. Swing and a miss. So in the bottom of the fifth for the Panthers, once again, no runs, no hits, no errors at the end of 5. Still the Carmel Greyhounds 2, North Central Panthers nothing. We'll be back on the IHSAA Champions Network presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance right after this. We're through 5 here at Westfield in the second semifinal game of Sectional 8 between the Carmel Greyhounds and the North Central Panthers. The Greyhounds own a 2-0 lead here going into the top of the 6th, and they're going to send their 6, 7, and 8 batters up to face Molly Powers.
Now batting, number 6 for Carmel.
Maddie Sears will be the first batter to face Powers. Well, it won't be Maddie Sears. It's going to be a pinch batter. It's Kate Harden who batted for Molly Sears, but she gets hit.
Now batting for Carmel, number 13, Summer Edwards.
Pitcher Summer Edwards steps in. Once again, the Greyhounds have got the leadoff batter on base.
Strike one, first pitch.
Edwards squared to bunt, but brought the bat back, but ended up with a called strike one. Kate Harden on first base. Another bunt attempt by Edwards. This time she got the bat back in time and got the favorable call and makes the count 1 ball and 1 strike. No outs, top of the 6th. There's a bunt. That one was caught in the called a foul ball. What are they calling that? I think they called that a foul ball, didn't they, Perry?
It looks
I'm not
like
sure.
Everybody's going back.
He was pointing at the plate. And I thought that the catcher Glass caught that in the air, but apparently it bounced off of the plate, apparently. Rolled foul. So it ends up just being a strike. There's another foul ball. No foul.
1 and 2.
So Kate Harden has to go back to first base. A little bit of confusion out there. 1 and 2 on Edwards. Smash right between the first and second baseman. And the Greyhounds have got no outs and runners on first and second. They pick up their 5th hit of the game. Runners on first and second for the Greyhounds. Ariana Zobliak comes in. Both of the balls that she has hit have gone to the third base side. One a pop out and one a fly out. Friends, let's remind you that don't just hope you're covered in the event of an accident. Find agents in every Indiana county at infarmbureau.com. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood. The conference is going on in the circle there. I think they're probably more than anything else, Perry, just trying to figure out what do we do in which situation here. Do we go to third and try to get the lead runner? Do we go to first and get the sure out or whatever? But what the Panthers want to do here is they want to keep this score as low as possible.
And get outs.
And, and get the outs. There's a bunt that goes foul. The batter is number 2 for the Greyhounds.
We don't have a 2.
No, we don't. So I don't know who that is. Maybe our cameraman Lucas can go over to the official score and find out who number 2 on Carmel is. There's a bunt. That one goes foul also, so it's 0-2 now. Who's the batter? Okay, that is Ariana Zobolak in the batter's box. I would have sworn she was wearing 12 before, or was wearing 12 before, but now she's in uniform number 2. A little bit of confusion there, Perry. We're trying to get it straight here. 1-2 pitch is high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rather, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on, no outs. A 2-run lead for the Greyhounds. Greyhounds threatening here in the top of the 6th. Molly Powers trying to pitch her way out of a jam here. Little nubber there. Everybody is going to be safe on that one. Grace Glass just could not get her hand on the ball, and that is going to be an error on the catcher Glass.
It was back spinning pretty good.
Yeah, 3rd error of the game for the Panthers. The Greyhounds have got the bases loaded with no outs. And Megan Nichols is at bat. She hits a fly ball to center field. That one's fielded by Adrienne Curlin. Throw home, throw over to third, trying to get the runners advancing, and everybody is safe. So Nichols flies out to center field for the first out. Maddie Searle on a sacrifice fly. Maddie Searlish, she scores the third run of the game for the Greyhounds, and both runners, that being Edwards and Zobliak, both move up a base, and they are going to give Stormy Kotsolnik an intentional walk to load the bases up once again. Only one out here in the top of the sixth. The Greyhounds with an opportunity here to bust this one wide open, Perry. Catcher Sydney Fox steps in. She walked earlier today. Had a sacrifice fly out to right field.
Which got him an RBI.
Yeah, got her an RBI. Scored the second run of the game. And Stormy Kotsolnik scored on the sacrifice fly. She's in the hole 0-2. Big inning here for the Greyhounds. Well, it's big for both teams. You know, when they started this inning at 2-0, Panthers were well within striking distance, but Greyhounds trying to put some distance between the two teams now. That one's outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You know, actually, Brad, Powers has pitched pretty good up until this inning.
Yeah, I mean, she's done a good job.
She's only faced 4 or 5 batters every inning.
Well, 3 errors have hurt the team.
Yeah.
A ball and 2 strikes. That one goes right back up the middle. That's probably going to score 2. Maybe a play at the plate. Too late. Going to be a play at third. She's in there. So on the play, Summer Edwards scores. Zobalek scores. Stormy Kotsolnik ends up on third base. And Sydney Fox, we're going to credit her with a base hit. And let's let Fox take second on the throw. So officially the second hit of the inning. But the Greyhounds have now scored 3 runs and have a 5-0 lead. And that brings up the shortstop, Sarah Goddard. Goddard hits that one right off the pitcher. I don't think there's going to be a play on that. And one more run is going to score. That hit the leg of Molly Powers. Hopefully she's okay. That was a smash that got her in her left lower leg. And the medical staff is out there taking a look at her. But in the meantime, Stormy Kotsolnik, she ends up scoring from third. And from first base, Sydney Fox ends up on, I believe she ended up, did she end up third, Perry? I believe she did. She did. And Sarah Goddard is on base with another hit. That's the third hit of the inning, 4th run of the inning.
You know, Brad, Solnick has got 3 of their 6 runs.
Yeah. Yeah, she scored the first 2. It appears as though Powers is probably going to be okay. And the conference in the circle is breaking up. So Goddard is now on first. Sydney Fox is on third.
So you got
it is a 6-0 lead. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Darby Roberts steps in. She is the 8th batter that Molly Powers has faced this inning. That one's a called strike. Roberts looked like she wanted a bunt. Brought the bat back, but got the
well, I think what she was trying to do is get that runner to second base.
Yeah. She was willing to sacrifice to get the runner to second base, yeah. That one's high, evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Roberts has reached on a fielder's choice on an error. There's a bunt attempt that goes foul. That'll make it 1-2. Sydney Fox took off with that bunt, so she had every intention of scoring. Not a sacrifice, more of a squeeze play. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Roberts. That one's fouled off to the right side, out of play. Molly Powers, I'm not going to say she'd been cruising along, but she'd been pitching a pretty doggone good game through the first 5 here, and the bottom has kind of fallen out here in inning number 6. Still only 1 out. 4 runs in already for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, she's given up 4 hits here, though.
Sarah Goddard took second on a stolen base. There was no challenge on her. There's a well-hit ball back to left field. Turner's got that. Here's the throw to the plate, not in time, and there will be no throw to third. So on the sacrifice fly, Sydney Fox scores. The Greyhounds collect their second out of the inning. That'll bring up the 9th batter in the inning. Sonia Detroit.
Now batting for Carmel, number 36, Sophia Deretois.
Still a runner on third. Ground ball to the shortstop. That's going to score another run on an E6. Second error of the inning, 6th run of the inning. And that'll bring up Maddie Sears, who started this all about 20 minutes ago by getting hit by a pitch ball, Perry.
The wheels have kind of come off the
Yes, they have. Swing and a miss. I should say it's Kate Harden who was the batter. Searless did not bat in the beginning of this inning. There's a fly ball to left field. Turner should have that one, and mercifully the top of the 6th is over. So in the top of the 6th for the Greyhounds, there were 6 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors, 1 left on the bases, middle of the 6th. Now the Greyhounds 8, the North Central Panthers nothing. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
Smith's Jewelers has been serving Hamilton County, including Noblesville, Fishers, Westfield, and Carmel, for over 65 years. Many jewelry stores have come and gone, yet Smith's remains. If one were to ask how and why, the answer would be the outstanding jewelry selection and customer service. The knowledgeable staff at Smith's Jewelers is eager to give our customers a memorable and positive experience. You can contact them at 317-773-3383.
Perry, let's thank all of our viewers tonight for watching both of these games tonight. We really appreciate them being with us. And how many different ways can people watch these games?
Oh, just an array of different ways. You can watch us on HCTV1.com. You can us on the Indiana High School Athletic Association Network.org, Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, YouTube. Just many, many ways to watch this game here tonight.
Well, we appreciate everybody who was with us tonight, and we were really a lot of different ways. Roku, Amazon.tv. Man, there's almost too many to list, Perry.
Absolutely.
We're moving into the bottom of the 6th inning. The Panthers got a lot of work to do if they're going to try to get back into this one. They're still looking for their first hit. The 7, 8, and 9 batters will come up here in the bottom of the 6th. That'll be Catherine Newman, Maggie McGuire, and Grace Glass. Just about ready to go here. Got the plate clean. Newman will step in. Summer Edwards ready to deliver her first pitch in the bottom of the sixth. Swing and a miss by Newman. I think this is also the point in the game where the players on the Panthers bench are feeling like, gosh, I don't know if we can do anything here, but they might be trying to get a little bit anxious trying to break this no-hitter, too, and maybe swinging at things they normally wouldn't swing at. Oh and 1 on Newman. Another foul ball straight back. She's in the hole. 0-2. Edwards has faced the minimum so far. Struck out 5 batters so far in this game. Ball and 2 strikes on Newman. That one's a little bit outside, evens the count up at 2-2. There's a little number into foul territory. That one's picked up by Stormy Kotsolnik for the first out.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 12, Lauren Wood.
Lauren Wood stepping in to take an at bat. Wood takes the first pitch. I believe that was ball 1. Yeah. A little bit inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Lauren Wood listed as a catcher. Big swing and a miss, 2 balls and 1 strike. One out, nobody on, bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss, evens the count at 2-2. Perry, it looks like Edwards just is not losing any strength. If anything, it looks like she's getting a little bit stronger as she goes. That rising fastball is fooling all the batters now. That one's outside, runs the count full to 3-2. Has she gotten to a full count before tonight?
I don't think so.
I believe this might be her first one. Little pop on the infield. Megan Nichols makes easy work of that.
Guess it didn't
for the
really
second
matter,
out.
right?
Yep. 2 down. Catcher Grace Glass steps in.
She's only been up once this game. She struck out the first time up.
One of the 5 strikeouts that Edwards has so far tonight. 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the 6th. Hot shot down the left field line. The on-deck batter for the Panthers, Allison Curlin, was standing down there at the end of the dugout, and she kind of had to jump out of the way of that one. That one was hit kind of hard. 0-1. Hits the inside corner of the plate, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, just a little bit outside. Might have been just a little bit high, too, but good pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball to second base, scooped up over to first. So far, Edwards is perfect through 6. In the bottom of the 6th for the Panthers. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. At the end of 6, Carmel Greyhounds 8, North Central Panthers nothing. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We'll be back after this.
Can I help you?
Yeah. I'm looking for Logan Street signs and banners.
You found us.
But this ain't Logan Street.
We moved 22 years ago.
You're telling me that Logan Street signs and banners isn't on Logan Street anymore?
Exactly.
So what are you saying?
Logan Street signs and banners conveniently not located on Logan Street, but on South 10th Street and Noble.
All right. Don't just hope you're covered in an event of an accident. Find agents in every Indiana county at infarmbureau.com. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Perry, we're moving into the top of the 7th here. Greyhounds with an 8-0 lead over the Panthers. And we got some great sports coming up here in the next week or two here on Hamilton County Television. We've got and IHSAATV.org. Tomorrow night we'll be at Dunker Field over at Hazeldale Elementary for the opening round of IHSAA Baseball Sectional 8. We'll have Westfield and Noblesville, and we'll also have Hamilton Southeastern and Carmel. Then Thursday night, we'll be right back here, and it's certainly looking, unless something drastic happens here, it's looking like we'll have the Millers and the Greyhounds in the championship game Thursday night. That's scheduled to start here at 6 o'clock Thursday night here from Westfield. If you can't make it to the game, be sure to tune in and watch us here on Hamilton County Television and IHSAATV.org on the Champions Network, presented by Farm Bureau Insurance. First pitch from Molly Powers to open up the top of the 7th is a ball 1. Fly ball, that may be a little bit of trouble. That one falls right between Newman and Snyder for a base hit. That was one of those that was kind of out there in no man's land, Perry. It looked like Newman might have a play on it, but I'm wondering if the wind wreaked a little havoc on that and took it away from her. And Snyder was running in. Snyder probably had a better angle on it, but just could not get there. 8th hit of the night for the Greyhounds.
Correction, number 7 is Lauren Ryder.
Lauren Ryder is pinch hitting. Her first at bat of the evening. A ball and a strike to Ryder. There's a high pop-up on the infield. Montague is under it, makes the play for the first out. Montague's been one busy young third baseman over there, hasn't she?
Absolutely.
For the Greyhounds, number 24, Megan Nichols.
Second baseman Megan Nichols steps in.
I got her for 6 plays tonight.
Mm-hmm. Nichols flown out to right, sacrifice fly to center. Rather, two fly balls to center field, one of them a sacrifice fly. In fact, she made the last out of the sixth inning. 0-1 on Nichols. Another pop-up. Center fielder Curlin comes in and makes the play. She's been up 4 times, and 3 of the times that she's been out, they've gone to center field to Curlin. Back to the top of the order for the Greyhounds. Stormy Kotsolnik in. 2 walks, a 3-base hit, and a pop-up to the third baseman. Scored 3 runs tonight, Perry. Got almost a third, or rather over a third of the Carmel runs. Summer Edwards over on first base. I'll bet that isn't Summer Edwards. I'll bet that's a courtesy runner on first base. No, it is Summer Edwards out there. I'm surprised that pitcher stayed out there. A ball and a strike on Kotsolnik. Now it's 1-2 with the foul ball directly over our heads.
Well, Brad, we'll be back. We'll be at the Dunk tomorrow night for high
sir.
School baseball sectional time.
Come on out and watch some great baseball tomorrow night. Westfield and Noblesville, that ought to be a good game.
Yeah, and Southeastern and Carmel play the first game.
Royals have had an off season this year. But, you know, in that HCC, everybody just beats up on each other. Tough conference. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, top of the 7th. Swing and miss. Well, that was foul tip. I'm sorry. Got Solnick.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah. I'm getting tired. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
But I've enjoyed this. This has been a fantastic evening of
beautiful evening of baseball.
Of softball here.
Softball, I mean, you know, outside of that 6th inning, this has been a pretty good ball game.
Yes, it
has.
has.
Wheels just come off. And
that one's fouled off.
Stormy's a tough out.
Mm-hmm. I don't recall seeing a game with this many foul balls before. Lots of foul balls in this game tonight. And they're in the circle talking a little strategy. Summer Edwards has been standing out there on first base, and she singled leading off. Has not been a blue advance. An infield fly ball and a fly ball to the center fielder have kept her at first base. Two-two pitch on the way. Another foul ball. You know who's earned the keep tonight? The foul ball chasers. Boy, have they earned their keep. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1 runner on, 8-0 in favor of the Greyhounds. Top of the 7th. Another foul ball. She just fouls one off to the left, fouls one off to the right, fouls one off to the left, fouls one off to the right. She must be hitting the fastballs to the left and the breaking balls to the right. Still 2-2. That one's high, makes it 3-2. Full count pitch coming from Powers. That one looks like it's going to be playable. Montague gets under it, and she makes the play. 3rd out of the inning. So in the top of the 7th for the Greyhounds, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on the bases. In the middle of the 7th, it's the Carmel Greyhounds 8, the North Central Panthers 0. You're watching the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
Celebrating 25 years, Logan Street Signs and Banners specialize in that last-minute signage and banners. Serving Noblesville, Hamilton County since 1992. You can contact them at 317-773-7200 or check them out on their website, LoganStreetSigns.com.
Perry, are we going to see history here in just a few minutes?
I don't know. Could be. He needs there's a no-hit game going here.
Summer Edwards not only has a no-hit game, she has a perfect game. She has faced the minimum. She has faced 18 batters here in this game. I believe, if I'm correct, she has only gone to a full count once. And she can also be somewhat thankful for her defense. Her defense has done a good job supporting her. And they have made the plays when the plays have needed to be made. But she's going to have to face the top of the Panther order, and that's some big bats coming up in the form of Allison Curlin, Ruthie Snyder, and Chantel Shaw. A 544 batter, a 375 batter, and a 430 batter. So if she can make this happen, it's going to be quite an accomplishment. Curlin steps in with a foul or a fly out back to Edwards and a strikeout in the first inning. Foul ball, strike one. Summer Edwards just looks like the epitome of cool out there now. Cool as a cucumber.
Yes, she is.
There's a fly ball to left field. Left fielder Zobliak is there. One down. (19 in a row.
Number 13, Ruthie Snyder.
Ruthie Snyder steps in. She's flied to right and grounded to short in her two at-bats.
Can she do it, Brad? Only time will tell. Right?
Yeah. Well, she's going to earn. If she's going to do it, she's going to have to earn it because she's got the best of the best from the Panthers to face her in this inning. First ball is outside for ball one. That one's a little high and inside, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes on the right fielder, Ruthie Snyder. Swing and a miss. 2-1. She put that right over the plate on the inside corner. Almost an impossible place to hit, yeah. And like in baseball, these softball batters are right up on the plate. The 2-1 pitch, that one bounces in, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Ruthie Snyder looking to break up the no-hitter here if she can.
There it is.
Well, she broke up the perfect game, but the no-hitter is still intact. That brings up Chantel Shaw.
Number 15, Chantel Shaw.
Chantel bats .430 on the season. She's
yes.
another good hitter.
Mm-hmm. First base runner of the night for the Panthers. Comes here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch from Edwards. There's a pop-up on the infield. Kotsolnik has got that. There are 2 outs. So it's all up to Morgan Turner to try to keep this alive for the Panthers.
Morgan Turner.
Edwards' first pitch misses outside. 1-0. There's a line drive into right field. The Greyhounds have won, and Summer Edwards gets a no-hitter, Perry. What a performance by Summer Edwards tonight.
Absolutely, and that was kind of the story of the whole game. Because actually, until the 6th inning, North Central played pretty good.
Yeah.
Powers just got, I don't know, maybe a little tired.
Well, this sets up the championship game for Thursday night. That will be at 6 o'clock here on Hamilton County Television.
And we'll be here.
And we will be here for that game. And so we are just very glad that you are with us tonight, and hope that you will join us on Thursday night for the championship game. Also, tomorrow night we'll be at Dunker Field for the opening of the sectional baseball tournament. We'd like to thank you for watching tonight's broadcast of IHSAA Sectional 8 Softball on Hamilton County Television, presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating 25 years in business. I'd like to thank our other great sponsors, Noblesville Trophies, the Wofford Theater's outdoor movie events, Community Health, Church, Hiddle and Antrim, Smith's Jewelers, Indiana Restoration, and Hamilton County Television calendars. And, of course, we'd like to thank the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Until baseball tomorrow and softball on Thursday, this is Brad Silbert on behalf of Perry Williams and all of our fantastic Hamilton County Television crew saying good night.